This is the $30,000 Egg McMuffin. Okay? Seen from many angles. Why $30,000? I'll get to that. This is a creation of capitalism, and thus somewhat a creation of God, because no one other than God could have invented free market capitalism. What we might routinely eat and pay $3 for in a restaurant is a combination of so many events, so much ingenuity, so much production, so much labor that is distributed to many consumers. When you're paying $3 for something like this, and it probably actually only costs the restaurant $1.50 at most, you have the benefit of, well, let's take a look. Cheese. Cheese manufactured from cows and other products that are deemed, first off, safe, so there's a lot of stringent testing first to process the cheese. There's eggs made mostly by chickens, but once again, there is how the egg is actually nurtured. Okay, that means chickens are kept in coops at times, outside at times. Are they going to be free range? Are they going to be harvested, the eggs, by hand or by machine? These have been invented over years and modified over decades. The simple egg, when it's gotten to a human in relatively cheap conditions, is the product of millions of dollars of oversight and testing, of trial and error. Then there's the muffin itself, which has just the right size holes and just the appropriate size for many humans to say, not too big, not too small, not too dense, not too brittle. A combination of so many factors here. The wheat that needs to be grown with a certain level of pesticide, a certain level of treatment, a certain type of soil quality, a certain amount of threshing at certain times of the year. The other products that go into the wheat in certain sort of mixes. And when do you ultimately get it to us? Or how, I should say. That is transported. It's transported using refrigeration in trucks, using men who will probably deliver this food at 3 a.m. in the morning, using preservatives once here, plasticizing it in proper ways. That transportation cost alone is colossal, if not divided by thousands, if not millions of people. Finally, there is, yes, bacon. So my observance of rabbinic Judaism is not a strong observance, but a modest one. Tells me I'm not going to have all the bacon that's served to me. But what is here is the product of farm excellence. Okay, literally, the treatment of pigs, the slaughter of pigs, the cutting of portions of pigs, the frying at certain temperatures to make the nicest, at least at mass levels, the nicest blend of crispy versus the wavy, the blend of extras that go into the bacon to enhance flavor while preserving safety. All of these have combined in a $1.50 to the consumer, maybe $3 cost. If you were king and wanted, because nobody else had it, you wanted this on your plate, you'd be paying at least $30,000 for this. That would be to have all these products individually done, transported to you when you wanted to, by the way. An amazing thing happens on the way from the farm. A funny thing happens called capitalism that, thanks to the ingenuity that gets collaborated, no one person has to do all of these. That would be impossible. And no one person even has to consult with the others about how it's happening. They come together because of supply and demand over time that can be tested. Ladies and gentlemen, only capitalism can do this. A command economy where the government says, you must produce this in that way, can't work. And so when you have government impositions on our farmers, our transporters, our restaurateurs, our sanitation engineers, our environmental engineers, all these people, the kinds of impositions that are being put on you are restraining free market capitalism, and usually not in a helpful way. Maybe never in a helpful way to the whole. Sometimes they help a small group of people, but it's at the expense of everybody else. The more you restrain, the less innovation, the less variety we get, and the higher cost. We start moving that $3 up to $4, $5, $6, because the government is demanding, not asking, demanding that certain groups have regulations that favor them and not the free market. Please think about that the next time a government agency wants to impose anything on restaurateurs, farmers, transporters, processors, and realize that they are asking you to pay for their little desires. I'm Mark Stewart.